In 1970, Plymouth built a car so outrageous, so loud, so unapologetically aggressive, that people laughed at it. Until it started winning everything. A nose longer than a freeway on-ramp. A wing taller than most basketball players. A machine designed not for style, but for total domination. This is the story of the 1970 Plymouth Superbird. The street-legal race car that terrified NASCAR. And became one of the rarest muscle legends ever built. 1. The NASCAR Arms Race. By the late 1960s, NASCAR wasn't just racing cars. It was fueling a full-scale manufacturer war. Ford was winning. Dodge answered with the Charger Daytona. Plymouth was losing relevance. And Plymouth had one goal. Beat Ford. No excuses. Their weapon? A radical homologation special based on the Roadrunner. But transformed into something extreme. 2. Enter the Superbird. The Superbird wasn't designed in a styling studio. It was shaped by wind tunnels and lap times. The massive aerodynamic nose cone reduced drag. The sky-high rear wing stabilized airflow at 200 miles per hour. The body was refined to slice through air like a missile. This wasn't subtle. This was NASCAR engineering dropped onto public streets. 3. Richard Petty and the King's Return. The Superbird's true purpose was simple. Bring Richard Petty back to Plymouth. Petty had left Plymouth for Ford due to lack of competitiveness. Plymouth promised him a weapon capable of domination. The Superbird delivered. With Petty behind the wheel, Plymouth returned to the top of NASCAR. And the Superbird instantly became legend. 4. Street shock and dealer nightmares. On the street, reactions were mixed. Some people loved it. Others didn't understand it. Dealers struggled to sell them. Insurance companies hated them. Parking lots weren't built for them. But racers knew the truth. This was one of the most serious performance machines ever offered to the public. Data and tech breakdown. 1. Engine options. The 1970 Superbird came with serious power. 440 Ci Super Commando V8, 375 horsepower. 446 barrel, 3x2 carbs, 390 horsepower. 426 Hemi V8, officially 425 horsepower, widely underrated. The Hemi version became one of the most feared street engines of all time. 2. Transmissions. 4-speed manual, Hurst pistol grip. 3-speed torque flight automatic. Most collectors today hunt for 4-speed cars, especially Hemis. 3. Performance numbers. 426 Hemi Superbird. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 5.5 seconds. Quarter mile, 13.5 seconds. Top speed, 190 plus mph, race trim potential exceeded 200. In 1970, these numbers were terrifying. 4. Production numbers, extreme rarity. Total Superbird production, 1,935 units. Estimated breakdown. 440 cars, majority. 446 barrel, limited. 426 Hemi, 135 units. This makes the Hemi Superbird one of the rarest muscle cars ever built. 5. Market value today. 440 cars, $250,000 to $400,000. 446 barrel, $350,000 to $550,000. 426 Hemi Superbird, $1.2 million to $2 million plus. Condition, documentation, and originality determine everything. 1. A car that refused to be normal. The Superbird didn't care about trends. It didn't aim to please everyone. It existed for one reason. Speed. In a world of polished muscle cars, the Superbird was raw, aggressive, and purpose-built. That honesty is why people love it today. 2. the wing that became a legend. The massive wing wasn't for show. It sat high so it could reach clean airflow. Something no normal spoiler could do. Kids laughed. Adults mocked it. But on the track, it worked. Today, that wing is one of the most recognizable shapes in automotive history. 3. From joke to icon. When new, many Superbirds sat unsold. Some were discounted. Some were converted back to roadrunners. Fast forward decades, and those same cars became untouchable icons. What was once misunderstood is now worshipped. 4. The sound, the presence, the fear. A Superbird doesn't arrive quietly. The exhaust shakes windows. The nose dominates traffic. The wing towers above everything else. When one appears, the world stops. Phones come out. Crowds form. It doesn't blend in. It commands attention. 5. Why the Superbird still matters. Because it represents the wildest era of American racing. Because it proves that manufacturers once built cars with zero compromise. Because it reminds us of a time when winning mattered more than comfort or common sense. The Superbird is excess, ambition, and courage. On 4 wheels. The 1970 Plymouth Superbird wasn't built to be practical. It wasn't built to be pretty. It was built to win. And in doing so, it became immortal. If you love stories about the most extreme machines ever created, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me which racing legend you want covered next. This is American muscle at its most fearless. And nothing like it will ever exist again.